This here is kind of what you want to do when you start into the game. This is the build that kind of is what I think is one of the most optimal builds for starting the game is. It starts off with, we did 1.3 strength, 5 constitution, 2.7 dex, 3 intelligence. We've been playing for, I don't know, like 6 hours or something. I don't know exactly here. Says a day, but I mean, we basically been playing for a few hours, and I've did some AFK leveling, but other than that, this stuff is basically the same. The archery's going up. We got 0.1 already on our strength, just messing around. Constitution's still doing good. And then when you start the game, we want to level demolition, which we already got to basic. Stealth, which we're getting towards basic. Camo, which is already, you know, basic going towards medium. Engineering, which we have basic, and survival, which is we've already got basic, and awareness is almost going to basic as well. And we're not super hard farming these, we're just kind of cutting some trees and putting some stuff in them, having a good time, walking around. And I figured I'd give you a couple of heads up so when you actually are playing the game and getting into this, especially if you want to level up these stats early. First things first is wheelbarrow is your friend. You want to use the wheelbarrow when you don't have a vehicle, especially with as much endurance and stuff as we have. You can load this thing up. All right, so every backpack that you craft in the game, like if you start off with an improvised backpack and then build a small improvised backpack and then build a improvised backpack that's bigger when you get to basic survival, all that stuff, keep those. You can carry an extra backpack in your hands when you go to town, carry more loot. And then when you get a wheelbarrow, you can put those bags in the wheelbarrow, push the wheelbarrow to wherever you want to go, load up the loot in the bags, then toss them in the wheelbarrow, and then push the wheelbarrow home. That's if you don't want to take multiple trips, but it will level your strength pretty good. And it's also good for, you know, delivering supplies and things. And then a lot of people that don't have a lot of endurance or anything, if they try to steal your stuff, they generally won't take the whole wheelbarrow. If they do, then they're usually pretty slow and you can catch up to them. So I'll kind of give you an example real quick, alright? So this town right here, we are looking for metal. I slept before I came back on here again, so we need metal. I think screws and bolts is what we're looking for. So we just stash the old wheelbarrow. I also use the wheelbarrows to stash things at my base quite a lot. A lot of people don't actually mess with you when you're doing all that. So come here, pup. You're gonna fall off my lap though. The hell? Alright. And remember to take off your oranges as fast as possible, okay? We got some metal scrap here. You can push the wheelbarrow around town, but I wouldn't recommend it. Sometimes if you do though, people like try to steal your wheelbarrow and you'll come out to put something in there and it'll be gone. With a 40-pound bow. Dang right, brother. I'm cool with that. Now, this is useful for a number of reasons, but I'm not keeping a extra backpack on me at the moment, but oh shoot. Can't believe I shot one right into the doorway. Raincoat. It's a bit too blue for me, my guy. We'll keep the raincoat for storage and maybe to make a water collector. Christmas slippers. Alright. So I want all of the metal and all of the scrap that I can get my hands on. Because we want to make toolboxes. And when you come to town, it can be quite risky. A carrot. Meh. Compound bow? But this also means that while you're looting, as long as no one finds where your wheelbarrow stash is, you don't really have to worry about dying and losing all your loot nearly as much. So you can kind of grid everything off, go in sections. Alright. This draw is a little bit slower. Got some soy sauce. Take some jeans. It's alright. What is this? Some alcohol. What did I just pick up? I probably wouldn't mind, you know, putting some stuff back there. That's another thing, though. If you don't want to use a wheelbarrow, you can use a chest. You put the chest somewhere. You stick everything that you get in the chest. And then, when you're ready to leave, you go to the chest. You pile up the chest. I did not open that door. I believe we parked ours over here. Good enough. The wheelbarrow makes a little bit of noise to help you find it, so that's always good. Guess I took too long to eat that. Carbon arrow crossbow. More interested in the scrap metal at the moment. Pup. Don't mess with my keyboard, pup. Earmuffs. Blackhawk crossbow. Now, part of the reason why you want to actually come and do all this Pupper. Y'all gonna go take a nap? Is like, say I ran all the way back to my base, and say my base was really far away, I would miss out on this crossbow because I wouldn't have come and picked it up. And then things like food items and stuff like that, I have a place that I can go and stick them, so I don't have to worry about it. Right? I'm very interested in using this black bow, or this crossbow. If I can get an optic for that, I think you could level, I don't know exactly how they work, I never use crossbows, but I think you can level sniping, rifles, and archery all at the same time. A lot of the time when I'm in town as well, I kind of just walk around, I don't really run so much, but go see if there's any bottles in here. That's weird. I'm slowly collecting a decent bit of police gear as well. I'm thinking about role-playing a police officer sometime. Yeah, why not? Tactical jacket. for me as well, like it isn't necessarily about the actual clothing. But the coloring of it, like, so the blue proof vests that I find, they're really blue. These are a little bit darker. And I'm gonna tell you right now, at the first of the game, I wouldn't even worry about what the clothing is. All right, just put it on, put it over the top of your orange. Find some sort of neutral color. That's exactly what I do half the time. I mean, I am wearing a wolf head on my face, but... Alright, so we got that. We got a small toolbox. Now, we could... I'm on the fence about this because I want to see how... Like, I want a toolboxes so I can fix my stuff, alright? But we could also just see... We could just use this to repair our bow. But I want to see how much you can sell a toolbox for, and if you can buy a bag of bolts or nails from it, then I think it'd be better just to craft yourself toolboxes, you know? You just go and you buy, not go and buy, you go and you sell your toolbox, and if you can get like 600 bucks or something from it, buy a bag of bolts, and you get another toolbox, sell it, buy a bag of nails, or a box of nails, and then craft everything else yourself, and you get like 600 times the use value of that, right? Do I want to repair this or not? I think we do. Just go ahead and repair it. Or, I mean, worst case is we sell it, you know? Definitely repairs a lot better than everything else that we had. So we're going to keep these clothing. Toss these earmuffs in there. Okay. You can see we still got plenty of space in this right now, alright? I'm going to go ahead and toss that stat-proof vest in there. My boots are starting to get worn down, so we need to find ourselves a pair of boots. Wouldn't mind finding some thread as well. I don't really find thread very often. Everyone else says it's super easy to find. I don't have that luxury. Tactical sweater. Alright, because I'm opening a trading post, alright? To have a trading post, you gotta have things to trade. Now, I probably won't have anything anybody wants, but, you know, it's all part of it, right? Realistically, I'm going to spend all this time building a base, try to set up a trading post, then somebody's going to come by, blow everything up, steal all my stuff. It's going to be terrible. I know you use pins for mines. I don't really have any interest doing that, but in case I happen to need one someday. Can't say you're gonna go hungry around these parts, that's for sure. You got wolves and stuff everywhere. MP5 mag again. So we got 2 of these now. Oh god, a bit rusty. Well, so we picked 2. Tragic waste of screwdrivers. I don't really find very much in these lockers. I mean, I get XP for them, but I might just need to use a crowbar on it. I mean, I find maybe like one thing every now and then inside of the police lockers, but nothing like crazy, you know? Right? I personally think crowbar, police lockers, lockpick, base stuff. I mean, I think anyway. I mean, that's what I think. Crowbar it, get it over with. Like stuff like this though. Blue shirt, blue shorts, or blue pants. Would be useful. I know that you can get soap. I just don't know. I've never really used it, so something I'm kind of curious about. I wonder if you can shoot. Can you shoot through the bars? Some more police gear if you want it. I need to learn better, like, for repairs and stuff. I don't... My thing is that I have such a hard time finding thread that I can't really repair my stuff, and I worry about it all the time. Like, if I have thread, then I'm like, I hold on to it like this, like the grail. You know? It's the hardest thing for me to come across. Everyone else is like, thread's the easiest thing in the game. it always throws me off when so like when you lockpick in this game, you move the mouse side to side to do it. Whereas every other game that I've played, for the most part, I've always felt that you could rotate your mouse down and up, which is not what you do here. I kind of want to put the rotation, if it was possible, onto my arrow keys. Did I waste my screwdriver? I did. Since I messed up, I lost one of my screwdrivers. That is tragic. This last one is going to be the one that had something in it. 100%. Gosh darn it. Alright. That garage is open. I know somebody, like, comes to this town. I just don't know who it is. Safety goggles. Right now I'm just checking for axes or tools for the most part. Like that salt. As long as I can keep a steady supply of saws, I don't have to worry about my sticks. So somebody ran through the medical area. See, but these rags here, these something you need to look out for. These rags, they have higher durability than other things, right? So when you craft weapons at the beginning of the game that use those rags, that's the durability of the weapon. So it's important to be able to either make your own cloth that's like high durability or to find it, which is why I would come to pharmacies and things like this, more so for the cloth than anything else. Good haul, if I say so myself. See if I can find some sort of food here that has water in it. Alright. I just want to put most of the weight in the wheelbarrow. That case, if we happen to get in any trouble, I won't be weighed down. Right? Well, that's not good. And then we push our loot home. Now, we're getting 0.16 pushing this wheelbarrow. It's not super heavy. It's keeping our constitution up. Dex is still good. And the 0.14, I mean, it's not terrible. Now, I will say that this could possibly take a little bit longer than most other things that we do. I wonder why the cam's freezing. It takes a little bit longer to, you know, push a wheelbarrow, but it keeps you from having to run back and forth to your base like 16 times. The bare minimum, you just stash the wheelbarrow outside the town and then you run back and forth on foot to the wheelbarrow. That's what I would say. If you don't want to push the wheelbarrow back and forth, just use it as a mobile storage, like a chest. Seems like there's always a zombie out here. Good source of leather out here. These are just flannel shirts, but see, even if you equip those, at the beginning, it's better than, you know, orange. So. Right. So now what we do here is when we look over at the crafting that we need, we have metal, we have probably nails, we have bolts, we need tools, and we need planks, and you can make those from a tree. Right? I'm gonna go ahead and dump that in there. So we should have bolts and nails. Go ahead and take some more nails. Drink some water. Need to make a trip to the river at some point. Okay. Some nails there. I don't know if I want to use those yet. bolts and nails. I mainly just want to take all these out because it's going to conserve more space. I'm going to toss everything that is like related to toolboxes into that one wheelbarrow. Okay. I guess we're out of space. Okay. Then we need to go grab our tools real quick. Now, this is something you need to consider when you're starting the game, when you're leveling up all your skills. As soon as you get access to a metal axe, you need to craft a metal axe. Use the metal axe to cut the tree. Use the stone axes to break down the logs. Use the hacksaws and things to cut down the sticks. So you get extra logs and sticks, I believe. What's that noise? Oh, dishwasher. Gotcha. We got you, my guy. Alright, so this wheelbarrow is now going to be holding all of our toolboxes and things, which is fine. And then for melee weapons, you can go and craft a wooden club if you like. Okay. Okay. And now to craft the toolbox, you can use this metal and everything else. Which it appears that we have enough metal and stuff in our inventory to make. And toss toolbox in the wheelbarrow, and you do it again. As soon as you figure out what you're missing. Which is probably lumber. Alright. There's a couple of reasons to this too. I'm pretty sure that metal tools and stuff give you more material with logs and things like that. On the off chance that it doesn't, metal tools still do more damage than stone tools, so they're more useful. So I would prefer to do the repetitive work with the actual stone tool, and everything else we can kind of just do on our own, right? Okay, so it's just I can't do it with any other weapon type, so we're just using these clubs. So you made 2 clubs. It's taking 2% or so of each of them. I thought it was going to actually use the actual full club when I first started doing this. But really, it hasn't been too bad. And I need to get into a better habit of making more toolboxes. I have a bad habit of just not making toolboxes. I don't know why. Okay. And what are we out of bolts? Out of bolts and metal. Metal crafting. Still leveling up survival. Okay. We still have a bolt and we still have nails, so we need more metal. And then we'll end up running out of bolts here in a second. And lumber. Now, we did try and see if we could shoot from that mountaintop over here. I know that we can, but since I use my Control and Alt keys to lean, apparently there's no way to change the keybind for sniping, and I can't range find the distance, but nothing renders. I would have to know specifically where they are when I shot, which would be kind of annoying. Hey, what's up, Diggs? I usually don't catch people when they send a message, but I do see this one. I don't know exactly when that happened, but kind of interesting. Yeah, but for the longest time, I thought toolboxes were like the thing that was going to be the biggest pain. I was like, man, I don't want to. Everything requires like 30 toolboxes. Really not that bad, to be honest. I wanted to wait and get to medium engineering before I started building in the base, but I kind of just want to get these foundations placed and built. But what I do here is, like, I would use the stone axe to break down all these because I can replace the stone axe pretty easily. Keep the metal axe to break down the actual trees themselves because it just uses 1%. And then, you know, on the off chance that it doesn't actually give you extra materials, which I'm pretty sure it does. I mean, it could be biased because of some of the trees I cut down. Give me like 10 logs. But I do know 100% that that metal saw gives you more sticks. Okay, so use the metal saw, bare minimum, on the stick pile. Alright, metal saws aren't too hard to get. Now, when you're looking at this, we're still leveling up engineering, so when you're starting the game off, as engineering skill, when it's 0, you want to build the door frames, single door frames. Right, you use these, it gives you a lot of XP. After you get past to basic, I start using these, the big raft. Usually I put it down before I cut the pieces, but I try to keep the stone axe in my hand when I do this so I don't waste the durability on my other tools. With the sticks, you can turn them into rope if you want extra rope to make tools with. I level my demolition. I collect cloth off of zombies to turn into rope. And then on top of that, when it comes to leveling awareness, I would either stockpile a bunch of these logs and cut it with saws, or I would collect a bunch of cloth, turn it into cloth bundles, and then deconstruct the cloth bundle, toss it all on the ground, and then you'd have a bunch of, like a whole bunch of cloth pieces on the ground. It really doesn't matter so much as, basically more or less like you just want a bunch of small things on the ground when you log in and out. And you can use lumber or anything like that. You log out of the game, log into the game, you'll get a whole bunch of XP for it. And if they do happen to change it at some point where you can't log in, log out, I would still use the same method. But instead of logging in, logging out, just run. So, like, if you run from, like, that road up into the tree line and then run back, it'll, like, reset, and you can just keep doing that. So what I would do is essentially, since sticks spread out in a straight line like this, I'd probably take a bunch of tree branches, put them in a line, then chop all of them down into bits, and then just run back and forth or prone crawl back and forth, and then you could level up your camo and stealth and awareness and all that all at the same time. But if you break down a stick with an axe, you're going to get three sticks, 3 small sticks. You break it down with a saw, you're going to get 5. All right? But this levels your awareness, and then I use the sticks when I'm not crafting, when I'm not base building specifically. I use these sticks to level up demolition for the most part. We just hit basic demolition, but I don't think there's anything else that we can really use to level up demolition faster. So I kind of want to check it real quick. There's a couple of things like these traps that have sticks, but I don't really think they're going to be that necessary. Maybe the planks would be good. Get basic lock protection. Christmas gift. Where are you supposed to get an empty box? Empty bag and duct tape to make improvised raincoat. Oh yeah, we wanted to make one of these. So 2 gas cans, which I didn't bring any gas cans with me here. Hose, tape, metal pipe. That might take a minute for me to make. So we have access to a cartridge trap, which takes a plank, a pipe bomb. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything major that we're going to be able to change here. So I just go in here and I go down to the spike trap. And then every stick that I get, I just kind of toss it in the spike trap. And that increases your demolition. So by the time you get done with everything, you're going to be able to go and, you know, mess with bombs or whatever pretty easily. I don't think it's that hard to level up demo, but, you know. I'm not even necessary if you need demo. It's just like a little puzzle. Like if you ever went to like a preschool or something, it's just like a little connect the dots thing. It's like a math class in high school. You know, you have to like find the correct answer and then draw the line to it. That's exactly. Oh, what's going on, Streak? That's basically what the bomb defusal feels like in this game so far. It's not too bad. Lockpicking, on the other hand, issues. And yes, this is like my 1600th character in this game right now, alright? Just so you know, before you get like super invested into watching anything that I do, alright? When I play games, at the very beginning, like the first couple weeks, I remake characters constantly, pretty much 24/7. I mess with every single specific stat that I can to figure out what is possibly the best. Don't even get me started on Elden Ring. All right. By the time people got through Elden Ring and actually beat it, I had beat the first half of the game to like with so many characters. By the time they got done with one character, I had half of the game just completely filled with like over 5,000 playthroughs probably. And then I beat the rest of the game with my characters all stat specifically like made, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right. So you still got a little bit of demo there. It's not bad. But I kind of want to get these foundations built. So I think we might start just cutting the trees down and actually building a base. I want all of these pretty much built up. I don't know if it's worth it to use any of these toolboxes to repair the metal axe because it was giving me like a 1 durability increase, right? It just doesn't seem very good. You know, I could probably just craft another axe, to be honest. But basically, I mean, we gotta have planks and all that for this, so I don't know if we have enough room for everything here. We don't have enough room, like, we need to empty this wheelbarrow out. Let's make another box real quick. Take another box. Let's stick it over here. Rope, planks, nails. Take 2 of these nails. I really don't have any more. I burnt through that nail stockpile pretty quick. I know I have a box over there, but I really didn't want to pull any out. Fair enough. Alright. Oh, look at that. Bolts. And this is why you want to keep a good pair of scissors on you, alright? I find scissors pretty commonly. But I think collecting rag strips may be better to use instead of like actually cutting sticks because it takes less space, and I think there's smaller objects on the ground compared to a stick, so the smaller the object that you can get when you actually are doing the login logouts for the awareness, the more XP that you can get per login without moving your character. So I think collecting cloth and then tossing it down, that would be the best. And then like when you're done leveling it or whatever for the day, you can either craft them back into stacks or you can just craft into a bunch of rope. But definitely at the beginning of the game, I prefer this because I want to use all of my sticks to level demo. And I want to use all these rags to make rope. And then I want to go to a pharmacy or something to get the really high tier stuff, right? You want to get, so like if you go to a pharmacy, you want to keep the alcohol, use the alcohol on the rag. That gives you 100% antiseptic bandage. And then when you go and you get your rags, all of these, since they're dirty and stuff, you just want to turn them into rag strips, turn them into rope or something. But then when you go to the pharmacy and you pick up the like 90% or whatever rags, you keep those and you use those to craft things like the metal axe. Because anything that, like all these tools that require a cloth, whatever the durability of that cloth is what the durability of the weapon's going to be when you make it. So it's better just to get that out of the way, I think, anyway. And make sure that you have the best durability possible. Because it really sucks when you go out of your way to, like, when I made this axe, I didn't realize that I used the wrong rag. And it got created with, like, 45 durability or something. which is really annoying. I'll show you the crafting recipe here in a second over here. Like when you come up here and you unlock this, you might as well just make a metal tool as soon as it happens. These kunai you can build, but you know, I wouldn't waste toolboxes on these. Metal knife is decent, help you a little bit. But all these require a rag, and so your rags that have the high durability, that's what we want to use to craft these. So this right here, like finding all this wasn't too terrible, but you gotta have a toolbox, you gotta have the nails, you know. But this rag is what's important. Now I could save a lot of these. I can craft them into bundles, or I can make a bunch of rope and just use the rope to make boxes. But it just depends on what you want to do. I mean, if you craft them in a rope, it takes 5 and it puts it into a 1-slot area. If you craft a bundle of rag strips, I believe it's still like 5 or 6 in a 1-slot area. But the difference is that when you get rag strips, you carry them with you, because if you kill another puppet, you can use the rag strip to actually collect more rags, you know? So if we do a bundle of rag strips, right? We can stick that in a 1-slot area, and then once we go and get a puppet, we can use all those rag strips to gather up all the cloth that we cut and make bundles out of it. I think you can hold like 5 cloth or whatever in 1 rag strip bundle, or 1 rag strip. Like if you go and look at this and examine, it's a bundle of rags. Apparently you use these in boots as well, but huh. Fishing line, who would have thought? So a bundle of rags, you can hold 5 rags and it looks like 1 rope. Or you can use 1 rag strip. And this is what bothers me a little bit with the game, is that there's things like when you build a wall, you can use large sticks, but if you cut the large sticks and you make them into small sticks, it builds the wall way faster, like 4 times faster. Unless there's like an HP benefit, I don't really see any reason to do that. This rag strip though, like a rope is 5 rag strips, whereas you can just use 1 rag strip to hold 5 rags. So if you have a bundle of rag strips, you can hold 25 rags, just crafting them into these right here. And I think these are like 2 slots or something though. But it's still saving more space than not, right? I'm just going to go ahead and make rope in case I need to build any more tools, because my axe is getting low. But it's better to get this out of the way, like, while you're doing this. Like, when you're building a base, you don't want to be running back and forth, and then having to go out of your way to hunt down a puppet or to chop down a bush. You know, like, all that is a bit much. You want the extra rope on hand so you can just grab the rope, craft what you want, and go about your way, right? Let's go ahead and fill this up right here. Alright. And I'll just toss this extra rope over here. Might as well, actually. I'll keep a couple of those so I can rebuild my tools here in a little bit. We need 7. Alright, I'm going to test this out. Alright, when I cut down these trees over here, generally I get 10 with the 10 logs or so with the metal, right? So now we're going to use a stone. And I shouldn't get 10. 8. So, metal axe. Use it to cut down your trees, alright? Now, I don't know if there's a difference between a two-handed axe or a single-handed axe right now, but at least cut down your trees with the metal axe, alright? Because you're going to get extra wood. Now, anytime that I'm dragging something, I tend to crouch walk, so I get a little bit of stealth XP. My whole thing is that I'm trying to be as efficient as possible with like what I got while I'm leveling and stuff, so I don't have to like go out of my way to passively farm everything, because everyone says you got to passively farm. I get it, you know, passively farming is nice, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, alright? So they're going to passively farm camo and stealth, but they also want to passively farm strength, and they want to passively farm endurance. I'm saying you start the game with high endurance, you start the game with a lower strength, because strength is easier to level, and as you can see, I mean, you can do this, and you're getting 0.2. You know, just base building is going to give you plenty of strength leveling at the beginning of the game. And like dexterity, if you get this to like 80% or so, it's not going to take you that long to level up your thievery. You know. Toss all of this over here. Scrap metal. I also want to make some metal arrows, so I might do that here in a second. I don't really have any particular reason why I brought all these police clothes, but I already did it, so whatever. And this is why I feel like a lot of people are going to be disappointed. Like when I actually build a base and they raid it, all they're going to find is like random clothing. Okay, go ahead and stick that in there. Stick this extra saw in there. Stick the extra pair of scissors. Yeah, extra pair of scissors in there. I'm going to try and... What just happened? Oh. You can blame Tarkov for my my abilities with Tetris, alright? I could bury that, but I don't really care that much. Alright, so. I want to build a flag so nobody can take my stuff over, alright? So let's just knock this out, get the flag built. As soon as I build this, though, people are going to realize that I'm here. That's going to be the bad spot, so. You just come over here, toss all this stuff in there. Probably got a little bit too much in there, but whatever. Toss the old stick in there. So we need to dump some of these toolboxes, but I mean... I can probably... I can fit at least one in my bag. I could fit 2 in there, technically. Let's do this. And this. Okay. Does that go over the weight limit? I don't know. I do not know. I know you can right-click these. Why isn't it? Is that server lag? Server lag? Maybe? No? Alright. Need some of that. Not using this axe. Use this axe. But here's my thoughts, alright? I need to figure out how to do it. But I was looking when I was over here at the base. I put everything on like max render distance too, and I could not get it to work. But I was over here looking at where I was gonna build, and then like I looked over at the mountain, and I was like, man, there's a crazy like, if you were a really good sniper, that you could like shoot from that mountaintop and ping somebody hard. And then I looked over and saw the freaking radar dish over there. And then I went in single player and I looked to see kind of if I could shoot across here. I think I can, but I can't tell where the bullet goes, and I can't judge the distance because my skill doesn't let me. Because I use my alt and my control to do this. And so I think the only skill, like the only key you can use to like find your range is control, which is kind of crappy, but you know, whatever. Drop this arrow. I mean, I'm going to save one toolbox use with this. I don't really think that that's necessarily the biggest deal. So I'm just going to go ahead and place the stick thing over here. And we're going to need these sticks to build up some walls here in a minute. Got to protect the old flag, you know? Now, you may be wondering, you know, is it smart to build in an open field? Realistically, it's not. I don't recommend it. I could get killed so many times over here. If someone figures out that I'm here and starts killing me, then it's pretty much over. Yeah, I've rage quit the game. But I think once everything is done, or at least, you know, semi-controlled, be an interesting place to have a base. There's not really anything of interest here. But the town just happens to have a good amount of everything that I kind of need. I mean, you can get a bunch of lockpicking supplies there. You can get a bunch of you know, other stuff. Metal, bolts, nails, building tools. You have all these hay bales and stuff everywhere. You can get, you know, feathers for arrows. You got all these fields where you can get food. I think this is like, you know, newbie paradise. You know, everyone else kind of wants to be in these other areas, either remote or kind of like I was obsessed with being on the right side of the map because of that scrapyard. But everyone else was too, so there's a bunch of conflict over there. And that's why I died a couple times while I was over there, and I just abandoned the base to move. It wasn't too bad. But definitely need to get this flag going. Why I'm building here, though, it's flat ground. It has access to food nearby. It has access to, like, animal pelts and things like that. I I'm not going to say that flat ground is the best thing to build on, but it's good for the trading post that I'm trying to build. I got a very specific structure I'm doing for the trading post. All right. And now you get to see what we're doing. Now, if you build completely raised foundations off of the ground, I probably should have did that on both sides just to get it over with. But if you build these off of the ground and you have a slight downward hill slope, you can put them to where they're hanging off on the edge, and then nobody's going to be able to do anything to this. But having these at max height here, people can like jump up and place things on top of it, but it isn't going to be nearly as bad anyway, so I'm not super worried about it. The trading post I'm going to build, it's going to take me a while to build the trading post, but it's I'm not going to say worth it, but I feel like it's, you know, something that nobody really sees in game, and I don't particularly like building things the same way as everyone else. I like them to look decent. All that. So. As decent as I can get it. That is the plan. Like, just pushing an empty wheelbarrow, like, for the most part, I mean, it's giving me quite a bit. I thought that tree was around here, but I guess I already lost where it was. Just cut down another one. Gives me Lord of the Ring vibes. If y'all seen the new Lord of the Rings, it's already, getting pretty heated. We need to get some food here in a second, though. Everything's getting pretty low. Realistically, I should just leave all the toolboxes over there, if we're gonna be honest. There's no reason for me to bring the toolboxes in the wheelbarrow. It's really taking up a bunch of my room. I don't think we really have many places we could stick them though. I mean, we have the new box, so I don't know how much we filled it. But we're still getting 0.2 here. So I mean, you do 6 hours of base building, you're gonna get, you know, 1.5, 1.6. It's gonna take you a couple days to get to 3 strength, but it's not gonna be super hard. That's not what I wanted to do. Do this. Save a lot of space. Now we should be able to fit a full tree. Let's go ahead and take this pumpkin. Where'd it go? A little bit of protein, a little bit of carbs, a little bit of water. Nothing too much. Our energy reserves are 0. Not very much protein here. I guess we need to cook some of that wolf. Might just eat some of it raw if we can. Let me go look over here real quick. Alright. Wolf leg. That's 74%. Yep. Just got one little steak here. Slightly off. They can just eat a little bit of the wolf meat, and then we can just go and get some bugs real quick. Just 8.5 of this. So that's about 40 grams of protein. I don't remember how much that we can actually hold right now, but I don't know if medical skill helps with like the stabilization of like food nausea, but if it does, that'd be good. But here, I mean, we're getting some we're getting a lot of carbs, a little bit of protein there. Burn rate of 41, intake of 600. Generally, when we're active, we only burn like 300, 400 calories, you know, sometimes 500. So, I mean, we're doing all right. It'll go up pretty quick. Don't really need to take the vitamins, but
Kill or be killed. That's how it works here on Scum Island. My name is John Dick, and I'd like to invite you to join us as our prisoners mutilate each other for fun and prizes. The best way to gain fame and fortune is by registering for one of our events. What are you waiting for, scrub? Sign up and rank up. And don't forget, the bears are more afraid of you than you are of them.
23 grams of fat should be good.
I was running
show you this real quick. All right, so we have 9,900 on the awareness right now. We got about 2 hours until server reset. 9,900. Force logout. Continue. We're standing in a big pile of small sticks. Okay. Boom. So we gained 415 XP. We're at 315 now. So it's like 400 or so XP right there on the login. But that's not nearly, you know, the max amount that you can get from that. All right. Not even close. But last time when I tested it, it was, I was using all lumber. Like, I had lumber pieces everywhere. And you can make stick bundles, but it just takes too long for me. I just don't think it's efficient. I mean, that's just me, though. But you could easily cover a whole area with sticks and then come back, so. Let's see. Demolition, 13,600 right now, 14%. Did I waste my toolbox on that? I did. I wasted a toolbox, fellas. Dang. Got a large stick. So I'll go ahead and craft it and get out of the way. Jeez. Demolition at 23% right now. It's nuts. Alright. So that was 2 dills of logs. We went from 14% to 30%. So with 2 sticks 2 stick setups with the saw. It's gonna take us 2 for 15%, so 4, 12, probably like 14 of them, something like that. Something like that, you know. Not that I'm keeping track or anything. My biggest issue with survival games, it really isn't the survival part. It's more or less that I don't have the biggest interest in collecting like the best tier loot like everyone else does, and then everyone else has the inclination to go and kill everyone underneath them. So when I actually do get into a PvP fight, I don't have the equipment to really deal with the situation. Because I prefer like primal stuff. It's just like Ark, like everyone bred Mega Giga T-Rexes and stuff on that game. Okay. I'm not opposed to it, but I personally didn't like giant dinosaurs. That wasn't my thing, alright? I didn't want to have 15,000 T-Rexes that I had to breed and then micromanage and log on every day and feed. And then it's so big that it just takes up like all the space in your base, and you got to make a giant ass pen for it, you know? That looks dumb. Whereas you can have an actual house with dogs and stuff. And in that game, I liked all the small animals that nobody used, alright? I liked hyenas, diplos, pegastax or whatever, and they worked really good for me, but you can't beat the game with those. You try to fight a boss with a pack of hyenas, it's terrible, alright? I bred some super hyenas. I had some war pigs that I kind of like used to heal them a little bit, but bad situation. I don't necessarily want to breed hyenas all day either, so I mean, I wonder if that's big enough to fit a lumber stack. See what happens. I don't know if you can push the wheelbarrow and drag a log, but if that is true, then we have a solution here. Grab a bundle of planks. If they can fit there, this may work. Alright, so we can craft a bundle of planks. We can drive this. Now we gotta see if we can drag the other thing while we're driving this. We cannot. It's tragic. Alright, looks like the fat's going good. We got some fat gain, but it isn't really affecting our decks too much. Protein's going back up to normal. Looks like we only need about 30-40 grams of protein, which is pretty interesting. I mean, that doesn't take too much to get to. We might be able to hold like 60 grams of carbs. I mean, think we're gonna want to put the sticks somewhere before the reset. Chopping tree branches, that's not what we wanted. Then 0.25. Making good progress. Pretty sure the background of that music's off of something I know. Oh my god, I wasted my toolbox again! My goodness. I gotta stop. I had all the toolboxes that I needed. Oh my goodness. Toss the toolbox up on here. Okay. No touching the toolbox until we need the toolbox, alright? see if we can get a piece of corn over here, but seem to be lacking a little bit of carbs. Honestly, I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference between these two. So like if we come back over to the graphics and we do everything to like ultra, right? I mean, I guess there is a pretty decent frame drop, but I mean 60 frames per second. There we go.
proof. Our dreams, hopes, and free will. Papers and the truth. Even the stars are already set to burn. Nothing is waterproof. Our dreams, hopes, and free will, they drown as the tide turns and closes in.
reason the cam keeps freezing. Why isn't it? It's not letting me move my mouse back. That was annoying. B3 kill box. B3. I mean, we could get there. We got a few days. I mean, we don't have a lot of ammo for a pistol or anything to deal with stuff in there. I mean, we could bring a bow. It's definitely risky. Wolf is super annoying. Hiking bag, yeah boy. See, we're rolling now. Crowbar. Go back in there and crowbar everything open. I think so, yes. I wasn't aware that you could find hiking backpacks in there, but I'm kind of happy that we did. It's the first time I found a hiking backpack. Let's go ahead and put the axe in here. Take this. I would have hoped that like prying stuff open will take less time in the future, because I'm only getting like 50 XP for doing this. Maybe if you have like max strength with it, it'd be good. Like, it seems like it takes longer than it did before. But now I could go and start throwing spears if I really wanted to. Carbon Hunter magazine. I take 2 shots. 2 shots with metal arrow. That's nice. There's gotta be a way to like mute the dogs at some point. Oh snap, it's the little Robin Hood hat. I don't know if it's worth it to repair a crowbar or not. I mean, you can crowbar the lockers. I guess it really just depends on if you care about taking all the extra time to crowbar something open, and then if the thing is damaged inside. Nothing. Kind of a waste. At least now we know that metal arrows are kind of broken. Get him! Oh, get him! Oh! Damage my freaking thing. This is where I could see like camo skill being really good, is like if you're a hunter or something, the camo skill would keep you kind of safe after you get all this going, right? One of these, there was just a bushman right there. As far as I recall, that's a good knife. I believe you have access with basic survival to make that. You just don't have the ability to craft the ammo yet. Wouldn't mind like a little revolver, you know? I don't really know of any good use for the pick. It's a pretty decent melee weapon though, I mean, all things considered. Because it doesn't take like a lot of strength or anything to use. Bow stabilizer. It's one of those gas cans that we need. The reason why I'm holding the hiking backpack is I believe it's going to keep the durability from going down a whole lot, as far as I could maybe think. And if I need to ditch it, then I could drop it somewhere. And also, it is blue, so it doesn't really blend in with my gear. I need to find all the stuff that we need to take up to the trader and sell. I don't really have any major reason to go to the trader, though, at the moment. really need to get some food in real life. Alright. I'm gonna hop off for a while, try and make some food because I'm starving. I haven't eaten like 2 days, so yeah, we'll continue leveling up. We got pretty decently far, so this is just one day, off and on playing one day. We still haven't really gained a whole lot with our endurance and running. Gained a good bit of archery. We gained basically 1/10 of a point in strength. We basically gained medium demolition. Awareness, for some reason, stopped leveling very much at all. We basically, you know, halfway towards medium engineering and survival. Once we get medium engineering, that's all we need to help build the base. And we'll probably get medium camo, you know, maybe basic stealth pretty soon, so all that's good.